Hey, good morning, everyone. Dennis K here, just up early on this beautiful Monday morning. Got the sun shining outside, got a coffee in hand, and life is good. So, listen, I just taken some time this morning to reflect on the clients that we've been able to work with over the past 18 to 24 months. And it's been really exciting. Since the pandemic hit back in March of 2020, we've seen a tremendous increase in actual business, in the written business that we've done, people buying and investing in properties on Ambergris Key. But also, it's been really interesting and pretty darn cool to get to know many of these clients personally, either meeting them on the island or having Zoom calls with them and getting to know a bit more about them and their families and why they're buying in Belize. And it's interesting to see, too, some of the reasons why people are choosing to buy and invest in Belize and even make plans to spend extended time there, either several months a year or actually relocate full time to the island. It's pretty cool to see people just sell everything, pack up, and move to the island permanently, and see how their life begins to change even from the time they just decide. So the actual move might be sometime in the future, but it's interesting to see how their mindset changes, how they start to think differently, how they start to prepare themselves for the move in different ways. And, looking back over Steph and I's experience of living as expats in different countries all around the world and traveling to dozens of countries now, these are the top 5 things that we can say we've benefited from. And these are the top 5 things, too, that I think most of my clients will benefit from. They're going to fall into one or more of these categories when they actually invest in Belize and spend time there and move there. They're going to find, when you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, many of these things are going to experience improvement in one way or another. It could be just a small tweak, a little bit of a 10% better, as we like to call it. Some experience a 10x change, just a completely different change in health and fitness and mindset and finances. So, for example, with regards to your finances, many people don't realize just how much, I didn't say cheaper it is to live in Belize, because some things are more expensive, right? Depends on how you live, where you live, things like that. But overall, some of your expenses are going to go way down. For example, you're probably not going to have a vehicle, especially if you live on the islands. So you're going to use a golf cart to get around, or even a bike. But, golf carts are, 10 times cheaper than cars and trucks in the United States. They also don't take much gas. Also, the cost to insure them is extremely low. All right. So already you're going to benefit from not having car payments, car repairs, car insurance, gas, putting in, 100 or 150 bucks a week in gas in your car, depending on, if you're driving to work long distance and all that kind of good stuff. Also, what many people don't realize is that when you, especially if you're an American, if you live abroad and you establish domicile residency in another country, and then you get tremendous tax breaks. All right. You're still going to pay some tax to the United States because they're one of the only countries in the world where you still have to pay some tax, even if you're an expat, but you're going to find that your finances greatly improve when it comes to your taxes, when it comes to some of your expenses, and you're going to be able to use that extra money then to provide a better quality of life for you and your family and loved ones. Number 2, what I found absolutely true when I moved abroad and got out of eating the Western diet, so to speak, with the over-processed foods and too big of portions and everything, is that my health improved. I lost some weight, I lost some body fat, but more than that, I just feel better. So, for example, right now, when we do take trips back to the States, and we do like to go back and see family and friends and loved ones there in Michigan and South Carolina and Florida, different parts, I'm always very careful as to how much I allow myself to get back into the Western way of eating, because although it tastes really good, I just don't feel good. Even after a week or two, I just start to feel sluggish. So I really believe that moving to Belize helped me to increase my lifespan, my health span. Getting more sunshine absolutely makes a difference to me. So I'm one of those guys who suffers from the seasonal affective disorder in the wintertime. I don't mind the snow a little bit. I think it's pretty when it falls, but, when it gets dark and gray for months at a time, I just don't feel good. So I like to live somewhere where, the weather's warmer, I can get outside more. I just feel better. As far as business and career too, what I find with many people is that their business and career makes a pivot. So even if they stay in the same field, if they can do the same job they're doing, but from home, and especially if that home is abroad, different set of circumstances, we find that their creativity improves because they're getting different sort of stimuli in their life, right? So you can get up early, work a few hours, go for a run on the beach, get some sunshine, take a dip in the salt water, come back if you want, eat breakfast, maybe work a few more hours. Much more conducive to being effective in your career, rather than just sitting in a cubicle and your break is going to grab a coffee or sitting at the water cooler talking with the other office mates. So yeah, I also find too that moving sort of opens up your mind as well. So you start to think a little differently because you're in different circumstances. I'll give you an example. Have you ever been on vacation somewhere, maybe just having a few cocktails in the pool or sitting on the beach or maybe sailing, and you just have a few hours to think, and then all of a sudden some of the issues that you might have been dealing with back home, some of the problems that you're having, all of a sudden like it became very clear what the solution is. And so that's what we found with ourselves, is that when we put ourselves in these situations, the problems and challenges that we were facing, back home or somewhere else, we were able to work those out a little easier. And that leads us into number 4, personal growth and development. Just putting yourself in a situation where you need to adapt in order to survive or thrive. So in Belize, you don't have to adapt to the language because it's English speaking, but for your own personal development, if you want to learn Spanish, you want to learn Belize Creole, very easy to do on an island like Ambergris Caye. If you want to have that time, that extra time that you're probably going to have living in Belize compared to United States or Canada or Europe, you're just to dive down into a project, a personal project that maybe you wanted to do for a while. For example, write a book or start a blog or start a YouTube channel, or whatever, work on yourself, right? You have the time to do that, time and money. So it opens up that opportunity. And then finally, family and relationships. We found that, now, when I was growing up, I used to hear of these people that had, friends in other countries. And I thought, and I was naive at the time. I wasn't traveled. I thought, how can you have friends in other countries, that are real friends, not just acquaintances? And tell you right now, we got tremendous friends in Belize, in France, in Australia, in Prague, in Italy. We literally have friends in Mexico, all over the world that are true friends. Because when we've been able to spend time with them, it's quality time. It's not just time spent, once a month over a barbecue in someone's backyard. It's, we travel together, we do things together, we spend, days and maybe weeks at a time on a boat together, or at a villa overlooking the ocean, or, something like that. And these are friends too that you also get to choose. So they're not friends that you simply grew up with, maybe friends of convenience that you went to school with, or maybe you're in the same social circles as you. But these are friends that you actually search out and become close to because you have common interest. And that's pretty cool as well. So I think that can be a great improvement in your life. So anyways, just want to kind of go through these top 5 things because I was reflecting this morning on all the great clients that we've been able to work with throughout the years, not just the past 2 years, but throughout the years. And really to see, how they're thriving and how they're benefiting either from their financial investments that they made in Belize, or, as they live in Belize, spend more time there. I love seeing their pictures, following them on Instagram, Facebook, seeing their kids playing in the ocean, petting iguanas, at Secret Beach, and just the smiles, the true, genuine smiles on the faces of our clients and friends. So anyway, guys, it's been a privilege working with you. Looking forward to decades more. If you're interested in Belize as a place to retire, own a vacation home for the financial investment, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Be happy to jump on a Zoom call with you. And wherever you are in the world today, hope you guys are having a good one. Enjoy your Monday, enjoy your week, and we'll talk to you soon.